y'all, Carrie here, your watercolor misfit, and today we are going to be looking at watercolor paint with a bit more of a focused view and discussing one important aspect you absolutely must know when you are using it. So let's go ahead and jump into this, shall we? Last time we looked at some exercises to help improve your skills at watercolor. I'm gonna go ahead and link that video here for you now, but this time I want to take an even closer look at your paint swatches, and perhaps while you were doing those, you might have noticed some patchy white flakes or even some weird kind of textures in your paint while you were stretching your color out into those values from dark to light. That texture that you're actually seeing is the glue that is holding the paint together. And this is where we get the concept of transparent and opaque watercolor. Because you see, all watercolor paint is transparent by nature. However, there are certain colors and even certain brands that have more filler or more glue in it, which makes the paint appear more chalky or more opaque. So how do you determine whether your paint is transparent or opaque in nature? Well, it's actually really simple to figure that out with one exercise that is just easy to blow through real quick. And I'm going to show you that right now. So basically the only thing that you're going to do is lay down a completely black stroke of permanent ink. I recommend using Indian ink of some sort. There is P.H. Martin's version, Higgins ink. Just, you want something that's not going to smudge once it's dry. Then after that ink has dried up, you're just going to take your paints, either from your palette or your pan set or your watercolor concentrates. It doesn't really matter. You're going to take those paints, wet them, and then paint little swatches of color over that black stroke. What you're going to notice as the paint starts to dry is that the transparent colors of paint are going to look like they're actually fading down underneath that black stroke, whereas the opaque colors are going to seem to rise up above it and almost seem to rest on top. All right, so now let's talk about the one thing that no one tells you. Chances are you probably heard about transparent and opaque paint. However, when I was learning all of these concepts of transparent and opaque paint, one of the things that after doing this exercise, was kind of like, okay, what do I do with my opaque colors? Do I just not buy them? Do I take the colors that I have that are opaque and just throw them out? Like, what do I do with them? I get that transparent paint is like awesome, but what do I do with these opaque colors? This was especially hard for me because one of my favorite watercolor colors is an opaque color, which is this cobalt turquoise light, which I've talked about on this channel multiple times. So was I just supposed to throw this color out and get rid of it? My answer to this is no. So how do I use my opaque colors in a creative way, yet understanding that they are going to have maybe this funky texture or chalky appearance? So what I started doing is separating my colors, and I started placing my transparent colors kind of in one area of my kind of collection, and then my opaque colors in another area. And in my mind, I started thinking, okay, transparent is going to have soft, smooth, fluid kind of textures, such as things that you would see in petals or fabric or even really soft fur. However, my opaque colors I could use for objects that had texture, such as, in this case, a rusty wheelbarrow. And this is why I chose the cobalt turquoise light, because I knew it would kind of give that rusty turquoisey color of texture without me adding a lot of texture into it. The paint would just do it naturally for me. So that is kind of how I solved my problem of what do I actually do with my opaque and transparent colors. And I hope that you start thinking this way too. If you have a transparent color, use it for soft, fluid watercolor tones. However, if you have a more opaque color, think about it in a creative, different way of how can I show texture in my watercolor painting in a rough format with these colors. And that is it for this video. Now, before we go, I have some business to attend to, just some business stuff to attend to. The first a business agenda thing that I need to talk about with all of you is the you like it, you win it, or you got it kind of competition thing that we had in 2 videos, I believe, ago for the TEDDIE template, or the TEDDIE drawing is now available for download at the link below. So make sure that you like this video and share this video with your friends, family, pretty much anybody who you want to see that link down below so that they can get that drawing for themselves for free. Because that template is only going to be available for the next 7 days. So basically until October the 11th, 2017. And on that day, I'm going to take it down and then I'm actually going to place it in my Etsy shop. So if you're watching this video after that date, don't worry, you can actually purchase it from my Etsy shop, so no worries there. However, if you want it for free, you definitely need to make sure you check it out and get that template before October the 11th. And business agenda number 2. Recently, I've noticed a lot of negativity on my channel and on other artist channels, and I am not for negativity at all. So what I want to start doing is spreading positivity out into the world and through art. And the way I figured after some brainstorming, the way I want to do that on my channel is at the end of each of my videos, I want to spotlight an artist that I feel like is doing a fantastic job, and also spotlight some of their videos that I think is just awesome for you guys to check out, my fellow Misfitians or anyone else who is on this channel. So this week I am spotlighting Tio, and he is a fantastic just artist for teaching, especially drawing. He has a great playlist for that, and a lot of you have actually been asking, Carrie, can you teach us drawing? And I just don't have the time to be able to teach drawing, but he has some fantastic videos on drawing. Another thing that I want to spotlight is one of his more recent videos that I actually learned from is using a limited watercolor palette. I think his just technique of using that was really fantastic. So if you want to check that out as well, he has some fantastic ideas about watercolor as well that I just want to feature and spotlight on this channel. So please make sure to go over to his channel, go check out his videos, and give him some thumbs up. He definitely deserves it, and I just think we need to spread more positivity in the world, and that's how I'm going to do it on this channel, is just spotlighting different artists that I think are fantastic on this platform. So that is it for this week. That was a little bit of a long-winded thing, but I hope you enjoyed this video once again. Make sure to spread positivity out into the world, and happy painting, Misfitians.